Mailbag time here on Chicago Bears Now. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. As always, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. The holidays are here. Hope you guys are enjoying time, and hopefully you're able to spend some time with your families. Ty Lawson first up on our mailbag, hashtag Bears. Will Mitch Trubisky deliver a Christmas miracle and lead us to the playoffs? What we're all hoping for, right? Like, I hope this team can rally and make the playoffs, win their last 2 games, get a loss from Arizona. Boom, you're the number 7 seed, and all of a sudden, you're red hot, winning 4 games in a row. I'm not ready to predict it, but I've seen weirder things, and Trubisky's playing at a high level over the past month or so. Hopefully he plays good against Jacksonville this Sunday, gets another good game under his belt, and then you let it rip against Green Bay in Week 17, and you see what happens. All you can do is control what you control. Beat the Jags, beat the Packers, hope you get some help. That's the scenario, and the help is simple. You need a loss from Arizona or 2 losses from the Bucs. That's it. That's what it comes down to. So beat Jacksonville, beat the Packers. If you do that, Mitch Trubisky was probably a big reason why, and hell, maybe he's your starting quarterback in 2021. I want to know from you guys, is Christmas the best holiday? Type Y for yes, type in for no, and tell me why you're typing your Y for yes, because it's clearly the best holiday. In my opinion, I also like Thanksgiving. I don't want to, dig on the other holidays here. We're not about that here on Chicago Bears Now. I know a lot of you folks, big St. Patty's Day contingency out in Chicago. That's a huge deal in Chicago. So Y for yes, in for no. Maybe you're a Halloween guy. So if you are, I guess type your in for no. Got a super chat rolling in here from Kevin Puri. Appreciate you, my man. If the Rams win, do they have a reason to play versus the Cards? If the Seahawks win, the Packers will be full strength versus the Bears. I'm conflicted. Yes, because the Rams and Seahawks would be tied. So, yeah, they would have the tiebreaker over Seattle. But say the Rams beat the Seahawks this week, and then they lose next week and the Seahawks win. The Seahawks win the West. That's why the Rams losing to the Jets was huge in a lot of different ways, and it actually impacts the Bears directly in a couple of ways because the Jags now have no influence to win, and the Rams need to win their final 2 now to secure the West. So you're cheering for the Packers this week and the Rams this week. That is what you want if you are the Chicago Bears. So absolutely, both of those things. The Rams will be at full strength the rest of the way. They have no reason not to be. Even if they lose to Seattle, they could dip below the Bucs in the wild card. So you don't want to rest your starters if you're Los Angeles the rest of the way. Carter Miller next up. If the Cardinals lose their last 2 and Chicago splits, do we make the playoffs? Yes, but you can't look at it that way. I don't see the Cardinals losing to the 49ers and the Rams. Could happen, sure, but I'm of the mindset the Bears need to win out. That's what needs to happen, because if the Cardinals lose their last 2, they'll be 8-8. If Chicago splits their last 2, they'll be 8-8, and Chicago will have the tiebreaker. So yeah, they would get in, but do you want to live life on the edge like that? I personally don't. And by the way, in that scenario, if Minnesota wins their last 2, there's still an avenue for them to get in. So I'm of the attitude, win your last 2 games. That's what I say. CloudLifeCentral, hashtag Bears. What do you think about Kyle Pitts from Florida in the draft? They use him as a wide receiver. I would love his 6'6" frame with Robinson. I love Kyle Pitts. This guy might be my favorite college football player. Problem is, he's probably going top 10 in the draft, and you're not going to get him. Like, if he's there at 15 or whenever the Bears draft, even if that's not a need, I still might take him because he's that good. I don't expect that to be the case, but Kyle Pitts is awesome. Like, if you guys haven't watched him, just search him up on YouTube. Watch his Florida highlights. He is a hell of a football player. Ralph Walker, can we keep Mitch and Robinson? Yes, but with Ryan Pace in charge, who knows what will happen. We'll see what happens with Pace, too, obviously. Yeah, you can. You could re-sign Mitch on a 1-year deal or something like that, and you can tag or re-sign Robinson. I think the Bears will probably tag him, even if they can't come to terms. Like, there's no incentive to just let him walk. Worst case scenario, you tag and trade him, right? I think Robinson will either be here or you'll trade him and get something for him. I don't see a scenario where the Bears are just like, oh, number 1 receiver, go stroll down the street and we'll see you later. I don't see that happening. Tiger2308, do we have any solution for our queen? Robert Quinn. Okay, I was trying to figure that out. He played better last week. Strip sack, right? You're stuck with him through next year. I've broken this down a couple of times. After 2021, you can cut him for minimum dead cap hit, but you're stuck with him through next season. So your solution is you hope he gets better. That is really all you are hoping for if you are the Chicago Bears with Robert Quinn. So you got to figure out a way to maximize his abilities. He's bad against the run, you know that, but can you find him some isolations where he can get after the quarterback as a one-on-one blitzer? That's the best way to maximize him. Sean Fitzpatrick, who is better, Mitch or Nick? I think it's got to be Trubisky. How many times before the season and through about week 7 did we do MT or NF? It's clearly Mitch Trubisky, at least in this system and under this coaching staff. With Nick Foles, you need a damn good offensive line because he's not mobile. He is a statue back there. I think he's a better pocket passer, but in today's NFL, you got to be effective on the roll, or you have to be elite from the pocket. Like, you have to be prime Ben Roethlisberger or something like that, and that's not Nick Foles. So, yeah, it's Mitchell Trubisky. What are your favorite Christmas traditions? I hope you guys are enjoying the holiday. What is your favorite Christmas traditions? I'll give a couple of examples. Other than sitting with the fam and just opening the presents, the typical stuff, we're a big game family. Cards, dominoes, whatever it is. We're sitting down at the card table, and we're having some fun. We're playing some gin. We're playing some poker. We're having a good time. That's what we like to do. Let me know what your favorite Christmas traditions are in the comments. I'll interact with you guys in the comments as well. I'd love to hear what you guys do with your families. If you love the Chicago Bears, subscribe today. Hopefully, if you're watching this after our live show, we've already hit 18,000 subs. But if you're watching live, help us get there. I think we're like 50 subs away. I can hit the refresh button here, Brett. Let me check real quick. Let's see if we've gotten any more. 17,961. 39 subs away. We're less than 40, guys. Hit that subscribe button. The countdown is here. Help us get to 18,000 subs. I looked it up recently. Our first video on the channel, January 7th. I want to hit 18,000 plus in less than a year. I'd feel pretty good about that, so hit that subscribe button today. Calen Williams is back on our mailbag. Will Tarik Cohen replace Patterson once he is back? I think you can keep them both. I mean, Cordarrelle Patterson was forced into action as a running back because they didn't really have any other options. Now, can Patterson be like your third back and then, play more receiver next year and be a kick returner? Yeah, I think that's ideally what you would do with him, but I don't need Patterson getting 10 carries a game. Clearly, he's not a natural running back. Can he get a few touches here and there? Yeah, totally. We'll see if Patterson's back, though. He's a free agent after this year. Eric Simmons, and by the way, Patterson has made it clear he wants to come back. Will a playoff berth save Matt Nagy's job? I think it would. I think Nagy's back if the Bears make the playoffs, and honestly, he might have saved his job already, assuming the Bears beat the Jags. If you get to that Week 17 and you're at least competitive with the Packers, based on what I've been hearing and what the momentum is, I could see a scenario where Nagy is back and Pace is gone. I think that scenario is very much in play. I don't think they're necessarily tied at the hip there, so I think a playoff berth definitely would save Nagy. If you get to the final game, probably not going to let him go either, but we'll see. I'd say it's 50-50 right now, but probably leaning closer to him being back. So maybe you're like me in years past, and Christmas snuck up on you, and you're like, oh, crap. I forgot to give my cousin a gift, a present this holiday. I can't talk. I do that every year. This is the perfect gift for you. Fanatics has gift cards, and if you don't know what Fanatics is, they have tons of sports apparel. Chatsports.com/gift card. Hell, you're watching this on Christmas Day. You can be like, oh, I can just order this real quick. They'll never even know that I waited until Christmas Day to get it. That's why this is the perfect holiday present. Chatsports.com/gift card. You can give it to them, and if they're like, man, this seems last minute, just be like, dude, I just wanted you to decide what you wanted for this Christmas season. Perfect. You covered your own ass. Chatsports.com/gift card. You're seeing some of the items that they have, but they have a whole lot more. Just give them a gift card. It's easy. Go to that link. It'll redirect you to the Fanatics site, and you can decide how much you want on that gift card at chatsports.com/gift card. Get to another question here. Eric Simons, we already answered that one. Ian Rowley is next here. How is your favorite play for Chicago Bears right now? Favorite player, I think, is what you're asking there. Who is your favorite player? I love Allen Robinson and David Montgomery. They're my two favorite players, especially on offense. On defense, probably Roquan Smith, and I love the rookie Jalen Johnson. Hopefully he's back soon and he can play here in Week 16. But those are a few. Obviously, I love Khalil Mack. I like some of these other guys, Roquan Smith, Eddie Jackson, but those are my top 3 or 4, I would say. Kevin Billups, we won too many to get a top 3 quarterback. I agree. Should we go offensive line, quarterback, offensive line in the first 3 rounds, or just look to sign a QB and focus solely on the O-line in the draft? I'll say this, and we talked about this during our rumors and news section if you're watching live. If you're watching this on Friday, then go check our most recent rumors video. I think the Bears' interior offensive line might be set for next year. So, to me, it's left tackle, and then you got to decide what your quarterback is. I don't know if you have to take 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds now. Maybe you go left tackle, quarterback, wide receiver. That could be an option as well. So we'll break it all down this offseason. I can promise you that, so make sure you're subscribed. Got a couple more here. Jacob Alderson, if we fired Nagy, who should we try and bring in as our new head coach? Well, perfect for you. I already did this video. Matt Nagy replacements. It should be up on the channel. I did my top 10 candidates that could replace Matt Nagy if he is fired. So go check that out, youtube.com/BearsNow. But just hit that sub button, scroll through our recent videos. You should be able to find it pretty easily. Last one here, Tony Moran. Should the Bears fire their whole staff but Lazor? I've been asked this a couple of times. Doesn't really work that way. Like, I know you guys are enamored with Bill Lazor now because he's called a couple of good games, and he deserves a lot of credit, but you're not going to say, hey, Nagy and the rest of you guys, you're gone. All right, Bill Lazor, pick your staff. Like, that's not going to happen, guys. Like, I don't think I've ever remembered a situation where that would have happened. So that'd be a first, but hey, it's 2020. Where do things have happened?